Alright, today on Dadcraft, a quick couple of items. Once you get down in the bottom of the overworld, you're going to find a couple of blocks down here that you're not going to find up near the surface or when you're mining at the higher levels. You're going to find this block here, which is a moss block. Now, the moss wasn't here when I mined. I completely stripped out this entire level. And at times, the game will generate a moss block. Moss just will grow down here. And so this is something that can show up. Doesn't show up very much. It's kind of an oddball thing. So I'll use my Mr. Choppy and get myself a moss block. Now what can you do with a moss block? You can use it with cobblestone to craft mossy cobblestone, which looks kind of cool. It's almost like it's got green moss growing on the cobblestone. You can make all the different variants. You can make a block, you can make a slab, you can make a wall. Kind of a fun block to work with in your design. But what's more prevalent down at this level is this other new block that was introduced fairly recently, and it's called Tuff. Now I cannot get it out with an axe. I have to use a pickaxe, and it comes out fairly quickly. And it looks like a combination almost between what you would see as a moss block and kind of together with cobblestone, and it's called Tuff. Now it's supposed to represent a vein of a fossilized tree that's in the ground. There's not much you can do with it other than use it as a decorative block right now, but there may be future uses for it in the game. But you'll find it throughout the very lowest levels of a deep mine anywhere in the overworld. And you can see it's here in the floor as I move forward instead of backward. And it's here in the floor in a fairly large space, as if a petrified tree was down here, and it's also in the wall over here. So that's a couple of blocks that you'll find. They're not too common. The other kind of block that will generate down at this level that you won't see when you're first mining, but when you come back again, here you can see there's another moss block that's generated way off in the distance here. I'll just gather it as well. It's kind of an uncommon block. Sometimes you'll see a clay block, and it'll be a solid block of clay. And we haven't done much with clay yet. There's a lot of cool blocks you can make when you get clay. You can fire it, you can make brick, or you can combine them together into the clay block. And then from the clay block, you can actually make different kinds of terracotta. And then you can add color to them and get colored versions of terracotta that are glazed, that have patterns on them. And then the patterns you can combine into different shapes, and it's actually pretty cool. There's one pattern that even has arrows on it, so you can actually position the block in your world to point to different things. And so that's kind of a handy, interesting thing. That happens on the purple and pink block. But as I look here in the bottom of the world here in this deep mine, there's not a lot of these that generate. As I said, they kind of happen once in a while, and you have to wait quite a while for it to generate. I don't see any clay blocks at the moment, but we've had a couple of these moss blocks. If I go down into the, I'm at level 11, I'm going to go down to level 5, which is a little more dangerous to do mining, and look around. Here's one up here. And we'll see this very quickly. Here's a clay block that has just spawned into the world, and if I mine it, I'll get some clay pieces, the clay balls, but if I take the clay balls and put them together, I can get a clay block out, and it only takes 4. So there it is, some interesting stuff down in the bottom of the world that you won't see up top very often. So take a look in your deep mine, go exploring, have fun playing Minecraft.